Jerome Long is with us on Extra Sports. Jerome, welcome back to the show. How's the team looking so far this week?
It's looking pretty good. We've brought a lot of energy to practice the past few days.
Can you ever tell how a team's going to play on Saturday based on how you practiced the previous week?
Not for the previous week, but mostly for the week of practice that you have the game week. Depending on how well you learn your assignments and what new game scheme we have.
Jerome, obviously we're thinking about worrying about whether or not Ronnie will play, but if he does not, the running back for you guys, if he does not play, does that put more pressure on the defense to stop Boise State, knowing that you're losing one of your key offensive guys who does a lot of the scoring for you?
Not really for us. Our philosophy is, if we can keep our opponent from scoring, then we'll win the game because our offense will put points on the board no matter who's in.
Talking to Jerome Long, Aztecs, Boise State on Saturday. Before we truly focus on the Boise State game, describe the wind in Fort Collins. We're just watching it on TV, and that was some crazy wind. What was it like to play in that?
Well, when I was on the field, I couldn't really tell. Being in the stance and pretty low to the ground, it was funny because in pregame and stuff, just walking around on the field, it kind of caught you off balance sometimes. But during the game, it didn't really affect. I think anybody's play except for possibly the kickers and punters.
See, Colorado State's one of those few teams that brings a real animal to the field. Did you get close to the Ram? Did you see that beast?
I think I remember seeing it walking through the tunnel as we were going into the locker room, yeah.
Intimidating?
Not really.
Jerome, obviously, you have some elder statesmen on your team, but you have a team of some young guys as well, and you're going up against a team who's nationally ranked 10th in the country right now with Boise State. And I know last year you played against TCU when they were hot as well. But talk about how you have to kind of control your emotions, even though you're going up against one of these schools that gets a lot of national appeal.
Yeah, I think the most important thing for a team is just to not psych themselves out. Every team can be beat any given day, and as long as we play our best football and give ourselves the best chance, then there's nothing to worry about.
When we talk to some of the Chargers players, they do not use injuries as excuses, and I know you don't either, but how discouraging is it for you to see J.J. Atteli goes down, Walter Casey, Logan Ketchum? It seems like every week we have a new significant injury. Has it been tough for you to see that in your senior year?
Yeah, definitely, especially for JJ and Logan, just them being seniors, and I'm not sure the update on JJ if he's going to be out for sure for the rest of the games, but just knowing that they were so close to being able to finish out with us, and after training for years together, and just knowing that they won't be able to go into battle with us, it's heartbreaking, but you got to fight on and fight for them.
Jerome, whenever things are going well, it's easy for a coach to seem like he's doing everything the right way, for players to feel like everything's going well. But, when the team is losing or having a tough loss, that's when you really see the character of the players and the coaches. What's Coach Long like after a tough loss? After a win, he's kind of really, really mellow. But after a loss, is he a bit more intense, or is he really the same guy, whether it be a win or a loss?
He usually keeps his composure no matter what, but I think it just depends on whether we played the best to our ability as close to the best of our ability as we could, and it's really he doesn't ever have to get riled up or anything, because I think as a team we are pretty aware if we have played well and to our potential, and we understand that and can know how to correct it ourselves.
Saturday's kickoff, 5 o'clock. He is number 94, the senior defensive lineman, Jerome Long. Jerome, Sherrod and I study the 3-3-5 every day. We get to work early.
That's right.
And it's very complicated, very difficult. Rocky Long, your coach, he said it takes a long time to get a grasp on the 3-3-5. As a senior, do you feel like you have that grasp? Have you perfected your role in the 3-3-5?
I think I definitely have gotten a complete grasp on the basics and some of the more complicated stuff. You never know what to expect, though, with the game plan, and we're not always using every part of the defense for each game. So it's just a matter of staying focused and having a good week of practice and learning your assignments for the specific game.
You know, whenever we talk about running the 3-4, which is what the Chargers do, they always talk about how the defensive linemen aren't built to get stats. They aren't built to get sacks or tackles for loss. Just really take up space and let the linebackers do the job. And in this 3-3-5, what's the defense? Are you set up to get stats? Or are you more of a take up space and let your other guys run around?
I think it depends on the play, what defensive call we have, and what the offensive play is. I think certain guys are set up to have the best opportunity to make the play. But really, anybody, if they do their job well and are able to get to the ball, and anybody can really make play any given down.
Hey, Jerome, we're expecting a big crowd. It could be close to 50,000. How much of a factor do you think the crowd's going to be for this game?
I couldn't say. It's always good to see fans in the stands. But regardless of if they're there or not, we're playing a game, so we have to get fired up no matter what.
Are you guys expecting a fast-paced game? Are you trying to grind it out? How you think you're going to try to attack Boise State offensively and defensively?
Well, I don't really know offensively. I don't really go on their side of the ball, but defensively, it's just the same as any other game. Stop the run and have good coverage on passes and get to the quarterback.
Now, you have 6 wins, although it's no guarantee you're going to a bowl game. Do you think about bowl games on a daily basis? I've heard New Mexico Bowl, could be Poinsettia. You never know. Obviously, there's 3 more regular season games to go, but how often do you think about where you're headed after the year?
Well, at this point, since we are out of the running for conference championships, we do realize that our goal weekly is to win, and then our long-term goal right now is to get into the best possible bowl we can. So obviously, winning out the rest of these 3 games will be successful in getting to the best possible bowl we can.
Before you go, Jerome, health-wise, how are you doing? I know it's great to see you staying healthy, but at this point of the year, are there just some bumps and bruises that you play through?
Oh, yeah. I mean, the only time a player might be 100% healthy is the first day of camp. After that, there's got to be some dings or bruises unless you're a kicker or something.
So you get used to the pain?
Yeah.
And you love the pain?
Yeah.
You're addicted to the pain.
You have to embrace it.
Hey, by the way, It says in your bio you're a math major. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
Nice.
We may need you on this show after you graduate.
We are the worst mathematicians ever.
How'd you pick math?
Ever.
Do you want to teach math?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we wish you the absolute best on Saturday and in the future. Jerome, thanks so much for coming on the show.
Thank you. No problem.
You got it, man.